Hey everybody, get ready, sit back, relax, because it's time for the Billybob Show.
Turkey in the straw, turkey in the straw, turkey in the straw, turkey in the straw. Billy Bob and Looney Bird gonna give you all the words, so get smart enough to start it on the Billybob Show.
Day 3 of the Advent Calendar, Looney.
It's time to learn to use the scissors, Billy Bob.
So let's welcome Morgan to start the big show.
It is day 3. So as you see on the front of day 3, there is a warning label, and I want to make sure you guys take this very seriously. It is a very sharp object inside, so you need to make sure that you have your parents with you, or the parents are supervising opening this one. And it is probably going to look a bit different than what mine looks like, but on day 3 you get a pair of very nice sharp scissors. I'm going to see if my Fats has any. So he has a couple right here that I can snip off. Okay, you see those little ridges? I'm going to pull this out so I can see where that line is and get it as close as I can. And it's hard to show you what I'm doing here. I can do it backwards right here. So I have it stretched out, and I'm just using the tip of these scissors and cutting it off. And then you can see how it came to be this nice little smooth area. And you can get as close as you would like, but this really gives you the creative ability to decide what your mask is gonna look like. And you can go in as close as you want. Be careful when doing this that you do not cut your fingers, that you don't have them in the way, and that you are stretching it out to where you can see where your scissors are. Before I cut down, I make sure I can see the tip on both sides of where I am cutting. And before I actually snip down, I already know that my fingers are not touching that blade. So this will be very useful, especially moving forward. I would prefer to do this before painting my mask. And actually today I can show you why we want to use the latex with the paint. So when I open my Fats mask here, you can see at the creases where it moves, where it's already cracking off a little bit. And that's just the way that acrylic paints adhere to the masks. If you were to bend it or do those types of things to the mask, it expands and stretches the latex. And so that in itself is going to make the acrylic crack because it wasn't made to bend and move around like that. So with the latex, when you add in your latex, you're gonna be able to fight that and make it an elastic type of feel. So that's all for my lesson today. So be careful with your scissors.
All right, hey all you Advent Calendar enthusiasts out there. I'm gonna include a little more information on the scissors, the day 3 little video that Morgan has made, because I sent her masks that didn't have much trimming to be done. So she doesn't know how much, or she doesn't know how much I've got on my other masks. I shouldn't have trimmed her mask as much as I did before I sent them to her. But anyway, and then we got into this where she's gonna make all the videos. But so I'm gonna show you one here. This is a Mitzi mask. I'm sorry, this is a Looney Bird mask. All right, you see that? And it's got all this rubber on it here. And that needs to be trimmed off. Okay, also this mask got a little bent. Okay, it got a little bent out of shape because when I finished making this mask, I set it somewhere where it got smashed by another mask and it caused it to deform. Now I'm going to show you that a little more up close now and show you what I'm going to do to try and fix it, as well as to trim the excess that's on this mask. Okay, first let's take a look at this mask. Okay, you can see it's Looney Bird, and all this stuff here is just slag that was sort of created when the molding process took place. It was a two-part mold, and where one part touched the other part, a little bit of latex seeped through and created this slag. So it's your job as the painter of this mask to cut all of this off. All right, and that's why I included these scissors with your kit. Now, I've tried to use regular scissors to do this, and it wouldn't work very well because regular scissors that you buy at the store won't cut all the way up to the tip. You know, their best cutting surface is in here. And when you try to cut something right on the very tippy tip, like right there, it doesn't cut as well. Whereas these scissors, they came from a hair salon where they need to cut snip, 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 right at the tip. And so that means this one, for example, these scissors, if I cut like this, see, it actually cut. So it allows you to snip, snip, snip carefully all the way around. So that's what's good about these scissors and why I included them, because I didn't want you to be frustrated with scissors that wouldn't cut well. The other thing I want to show you about this mask is, see, it got deformed. Okay, now it looks fine from this angle. Some of them are a little deformed from the front too, but this one is deformed from the back. You see how that looks right there? It should be more like that, kind of like an oval, like the shape of a head. All right, but it got squished into this position and it kept that position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it back into this position, and I'm going to put some more latex rubber inside of here. And I'm going to hold it in this position, and we're going to hope that the new latex rubber, when it dries and we remove the brace, I'm going to put a brace on here to hold it round. And when the new latex dries, that when we take the brace off, that the old latex won't be strong enough to pull the new latex into this shape. But that means we're going to have to put a good amount on here because it needs to fight the strength of this old latex, or the previous latex. It's not old. All right, so first, now what I'd like to do, if you were doing this and you want to know the best way to do this, what I would like to do is push this with some way, you know, build a little way to push it. You can use a tool or a clamp or something else and push it, but push it a little farther, like even push it this far, and then put the latex on there, because when you pull the clamp off, it's going to spring back some. And what you want to do when you pull the clamp off is hope that it just springs back to like that and not all the way to deformed. But what we're going to do first, since this was so convenient, I just found that this lid fits perfectly around this Looney Bird mask. See that? It's just perfect, and it makes it a perfect circle. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to put latex in here. Now, what would really work good is to put a little fiber in here, you know, like fiberglass or, you know, cloth or something else that when it gets hard with the latex, that it becomes an additional support. So maybe I'll even do that. I'll look around and do that before we do that part of it. But right now, the first part I'm going to do is just the trimming. All right, so let's do the trimming. And I guess on this particular one, I'm going to look at it from behind because that's where I can see the slag the best. Notice I'm pulling a little bit on the rubber too as I do this. So therefore I've already trimmed that. And I'm right-handed, so I'm going around this way. It allows me to go right up to the edge of the mask. See that? And then that's what it looks like. And then you continue doing that. So you take off all this slag with your nice little scissors, and you have to be real careful because I got my fingers, I had my finger in there and it went just like that. Snip, right like that, just snip. And the very end of this scissor opened up a hole on my finger that just bled like a stuck pig, I swear. Okay, but here, I'll just take this off now. See? Nice scissors for cutting rubber. All right, so now I'm not going to cut the rest of this off right now. Instead, what I want to do is get to this project here. Okay, you know, I've changed my mind. I'm not going to use this. This was really a cool idea, and it might work, and maybe I'll try it on another mask. But what I want to do instead is show you the way I prefer to do it, which is to go a little farther. I want to squeeze this like this and put the rubber on there. And then when I remove the brace, see how much it swings back. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to take this popsicle stick and I'm going to break it so that it's big enough to go right in here and cause this mask to go into this shape. Okay, which is against the force that it wants to go. So first, let's see how long we need it. I would say if I break it right about there, it should work. All right, so we squeeze it against the warp, put this stick in there. I might need to take a little more of the stick off. I do. It's harder to take a little bit off than a whole bunch off. And I'm tempted to use my scissors, but I don't want to hurt them. So, tell you what, maybe I can... Okay, hang on. You know what, I just need something to clip this off with. All right, I'm back. I trimmed this with my turkey cutter, my electric turkey cutter. Okay, so see this? I want to squeeze it like that and stick this in here to hold it that way. Now I'm going to put some latex in here, and you could use a brush, and I'm just going to use this other popsicle stick here. So theoretically, if I just put this around the circumference of the mask, it should work. You could put more than that in there. You can let it flow into the mask itself if you want. But it's basically the rubber that's going to be around the edge. It's going to be the one that works. Now I don't want to put too much rubber right on the stick, or else I'll accidentally glue the stick into the mask. All right. Now, since this stuff flows, this stuff here flows, you know, if you had more time, it might be better to do one side and then the other side, because that way you're not fighting gravity. Gravity is going to cause the stuff that I put on the top here to flow down. In fact, I see it already dripping. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do the bottom first, and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll do the top and I'll let that dry. In fact, since I have to turn out this video tonight, I'm going to go get my hair dryer and see if I can hurry this drying process along. That's a rugged little hair dryer, huh? All right. It's actually tacky. So I'll tell you what, while it's tacky, it's not going to drip. So I'll go ahead and put some on the other side now. Okay, it's tacky, which means it really doesn't have its strength yet. It's best if you leave this overnight. But let's just take this stick out of here and just see what it's doing already. It's already better. It's already better. It just needs a little more, see? but it's already doing better. So right now, for example, I wouldn't even know there was anything wrong with this mask because it would easily conform to a skull just by a little bit of pushing. But you can see it's already been improved. So I'm going to stick the stick back in here like this and, you know, push against the warpage like that. Put some more latex in here and then just let it dry overnight. Put some more in there like that. So this is really what's giving it its strength. And changing its angle. Put a little more on this side. See, I just dried it enough to get it tacky just now. So you can see the stick is in there, the latex is in here, it's drying good, and it should probably be a lot better. And in fact, I'll pull the stick out here again in just a minute and show you how it's looking now. But first I wanted to give you my money back 100% guarantee. It's not really a money back guarantee. What it is, it's a new mask guarantee. That's it, that's the right words. It's a new mask guarantee. If you got a mask from me and it was warped because of shipping problems, then I want you to try fixing it, okay, with the latex. I want you to give it a shot because it's good practice. And if you can't fix it and it's warped and and it's like really, it's got fats looking all whoppy jaw like that, then, and you can't get it to go back into shape by using something like this technique, or you accidentally ruin it, you can ask me and I'll send you another mask. No problem. No questions asked except, what the heck did you do to it? But I'll send you another mask. And the same thing goes if you paint one and you do such a terrible job that you want to start over and you don't know how to start over with what you've done. It's just too much of a mess. Let me know and I'll send you another mask. Okay, because I want you to enjoy these masks and I don't want you to feel like that they're too valuable to experiment on. They're not. I want you to go ahead and experiment on them, and you can always paint over paint. Okay, so, and don't forget to put your latex in with your paint when you paint. Okay, you can always paint over paint, but if you have any concern that what you've done is just too much of a mess, let me know and I'll replace your masks for you. And I'll keep your mask. You got to give me your mask in return because I may love it and I may want to keep it as a treasure for myself. So anyway, let's see what's happened here. Let's go ahead and remove the stick and let's see what this thing does. Look, it's almost round. See? It's perfect in just a few minutes. So use those techniques to try and fix your masks if they're a little bit squished or warped.
Thank you, Morgan and Aaron, for that fine video.
I feel a lot smarted.
Turkey in the straw.
Turkey in the straw.
Turkey in the straw.
Turkey in the straw.
Billy Bob and Looney Bird gonna give you all the words. So get smarted, not started on the Billy Bob Show. So long, everybody.